Alright, so this is going to be another movie review. This one's called The Spy Who Came In from the Cold, 1965. I'm giving this 4 out of 5 stars. I thought it was a pretty decent spy thriller. I'm not a big fan of spy thrillers, actually. But I thought this one was actually better than a lot of Hitchcock. It's a glorious way with the great Richard Burton, of course. And the ending really didn't make sense to me, but the Richard Burton's speech inside the car to his pseudo girlfriend was pretty amazing. I think that was the whole reason to watch. He says, "What the hell do you think spies are? Moral philosophers measuring everything they do against the word of God or Karl Marx? They're not. They're just a bunch of seedy, squalid bastards like me, little man drunkards, queers, henpeck husbands, civil servants playing cowboys and Indians to brighten their rotten little lives. Do you think they sit like monks in a cell balancing right against wrong? Yesterday I would have killed Monk, but because I thought him evil and an enemy. But not today. Today he is evil and my friend." So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, the complete denial of morality. And the irony is he's in the next part of the speech, he's condemning his girlfriend's ideology, communism, for doing the exact same thing. And so it's kind of a indictment of himself, really. The whole speech in the car towards the end, that was great. I loved it. I like the plot twists in this. I thought the cinematography was decent. I just didn't like the ending. Okay, so Richard Burton plays Lemus. He works for some kind of agency called it's the West Berlin office of M16, the circus. Okay, so he's a British spy in West Berlin, and he's recalled to London shortly after the death of one of his operatives, and they pretend to kick him out of the agency, but in reality they're just carefully crafting this insane spy operation before he retires. Okay, I don't know how old he is in this movie. I think he's like 39 or something, and he's already ready to retire. So he gets a job as a assistant librarian, where his future girlfriend works, and she invites him over to her house, which is kind of risque for 1965. There's even a burlesque dance where Richard Burton is meeting with these East German operatives. But before that, she invites him over for dinner, and they kiss, and she admits that she's a communist crud. She's part of the English Communist Party, whatever that is. And Lemus spends his meager earnings on alcohol. He's constantly out of money, so he gets a fight with the local grocer to because the guy won't give him any credit, even though he has a job, and a very low-paying job, I guess. So, so Richard Burton punches this guy after he threatens to call the cops, and he ends up going to jail. That's when the East Germans start thinking he's a defector, which is what the British intelligence want them to think, because they're going after this guy Fiedler, this East German Jewish spook guy. Fiedler's supervisor, Munt, is a former Nazi youth working in working in East Germany, and kind of cool plot twist at the end. He's actually a British intelligence, but we don't know that until the trial comes up. So, so Lemus has this girlfriend Nan, and the British intelligence are paying her rent to the point where she actually owns the lease, £1,000, and meanwhile, Richard Burton is promised all this money to become a defector spy, kind of informant for East Germany. So he keeps going up higher up the command with the East German people. Eventually, he gets to Fiedler. He thinks he's going after Munt, but actually he's going after Fiedler, the Jewish guy. And so he gets there. He starts giving them all the information that the British intelligence wants to give Fiedler, all this circumstantial evidence to get Munt to go to trial. But then once they get to the compound, Munt beats pistol whips the Lemus guy, Richard Burton. And then during trial, they call Nan as a witness, and she thinks she's in some sort of communist exchange program. She takes a vacation from her library job. Meanwhile, Lemus has been replaced there. The British spy agency sent him on one last dangerous mission before he retired. And during the trial, Nan testifies that she was getting payments from British intelligence while she was lover with Lemus. It was all orchestrated by the British intelligence for him to be a degenerate kind of womanizer with this communist creep lady. And at first, Lemus thinks he's failed his mission because he thinks that Munt is his target, not Lemus. But actually, the opposite is true. He learns that that Munt is actually a British double agent, and so Fiedler ends up being sentenced to death. Uh, Nan and Lemus are arrested, and then Munt frees both of them, and they're getting ready to jump over the Berlin Wall somehow, but Munch operatives shoot Nan while she's climbing over. And Richard Burton's response didn't make sense to me. I don't want to spoil it, but even if I did, I couldn't explain it to you. And that was kind of the bummer ending that I wanted to mention. And this movie took in $7.6 million at the box office. Got tons of Academy Awards nominations. Best Actor, Richard Burton was nominated. Best Art Direction, nominated. It won a bunch of BAFTA awards, and it got nominated for a couple more. It won awards from all these different places. 1966, Writers Guild of America, nominated. And gets a really high, super high rating on IMDb. I'm giving it 4 out of 5 stars. I think IMDb is 7.6, so my rating is pretty close. I would have given it 5 out of 5 stars. I just thought it was the ending was a big letdown. I was expecting more from the ending, and I just couldn't figure out why Richard Burton reacted like that. It was just completely like a normal person wouldn't do that. Okay, it's just completely doesn't make sense. But the rest of the movie was great, highly entertaining. A lot of dialogue in this one, a lot of driving around. Cool flick. It's on Criterion Collection. I don't know how it got in my Netflix queue. Maybe somebody recommended it to me. I think it was one of the Red Scare movies that kind of crept up in between the M. Emmett Walsh section of my queue, which reminds me, I've got my best friend's wedding. Can you believe this? I got this disc. This is a total chick flick. I bet you $5 I'm going to rate it 1 out of 5 stars. Julia Roberts chick flick from 1997. This is going to be painful to watch. I'm watching the bonus features, and it's already painful to watch Julia Roberts say how great the director is. I never even heard of this guy, and but definitely got a better disc. The Spy Who Came Out from the Cold. Or Who Came In from the Cold, excuse me. So, yeah, that one kind of lifted its way up. It must have been in my saved queue, and then it kind of crept up with the M. Emmett Walsh section. That's the only thing I can think of, but pretty decent. I like Red Scare movies. I don't like spy thrillers, but this is definitely one of the best ones that I've seen so far. So I won't say highly recommended. Check it out. I'm not going to post the trailer of the movie in the description box. And keep in mind, I only saw disc 1. There should be a disc 2 with more bonus features, but unfortunately, Netflix doesn't put the bonus disc on their website anymore. So no use looking for that. But I was going to say about the coronavirus. I know I missed something. Anyways, I've talked enough about coronavirus. I'm not going to beat a dead horse. You know where I stand, and I'm definitely in the minority, especially considering how my coworkers reacted to it. Even my best friend in the beginning, she was kind of freaked out by it. But I think the hysteria has kind of died down. Took my son to Golden Gate Park finally. Been wanting to do that for a month now, but he's been watching videos on his phone the whole time. So he remembered 3 o'clock to go. He wanted to get his vitamin D from the sunshine, so that was pretty cool. And we didn't have to wear a mask. I know people aren't following the 6 feet distancing rule at Golden Gate Park, and I don't really care, because how do you enforce something like that? It's kind of ridiculous. And it was just a little adventure. We didn't go very far. I was thinking we'd walk to Ocean Beach from 30th Street. Actually, we could have walked from 34th Street, or not 30th Street, 30th Avenue. I was thinking we could have walked from 34th Avenue, but I guess we'll do that next week if he remembers to go. And yeah, I got to talk to my coworker at Good Eggs, see if he can hook me up like a wingman. Her suit eyebrows, kind of chubby senorita over there, lifted up her shirt yesterday right in front of me. Almost gave me a heart attack, but man, what a sight to behold. She's got a big waist, but it's not like a beer belly. It's kind of flat. I don't know how to describe it. It's kind of a little bit darker than my skin underneath this shirt. You can see my farmer boy tan right there. It's kind of light skin. I think her skin is darker, like down here. So kind of interesting. I hope she's down for meeting me next week. We'll see. She's not, I think she's part-time. She doesn't work that much, so probably won't see her that much until Saturday, maybe Saturday morning. But anyway, I guess I'll watch my best friend's wedding, the bonus features, and I don't think I'm going to finish it today, just because I'm not looking forward to it. I took a nap. I took him to Golden Gate Park. We went to where else did we go? We went to Safeway and Target. I got some socks. I finally got caught up on all my bills, and I saved a little bit. So getting my stimulus check on Thursday, and should be able to hit my goal, that which I wanted to achieve last year, which was $20,000 in my money market savings. So I'm going to hit that, start investing in the aggressive, lucrative arena of stock options, stock trading. So get that going. That way I can get a private Learjet while the country is in the manufactured health scare phase. I could just fly to freedom whenever I want. Don't have to worry about the having to live under lockdown again. I can just get my private Learjet, go to my vacation house or something like that. Do what rich people do, right? Anyways, my best friend's wedding. Oh boy. That's the end of my review. Laters.